Woohoo! Welcome, welcome. We made it. We're here together. I'm welcoming you right now into this now moment and into this space together where we're meeting and we're going to connect you with your higher self, and we're going to accelerate and amplify your life with your higher self. What is your higher self? Well, your higher self is that eternal part of you, that part that resides in the invisible realm, that's directly connected to source or God, or however you want to call it. And it holds your blueprint in life. It holds all the information for this lifetime and everything you need. It knows everything. It knows what's going to happen in the future. It knows how you work with other people because it knows other people's realities as well. It has basically access to this all-knowing field that we would like to get access to in order to make the right decisions. And in order to know also that we're on target with our own soul purpose. Now, are you on target with your soul purpose? Are you living your soul purpose? That's a question I'm going to ask you. And I would love to hear if you feel like you're already living on mission, or if you're wondering about that. So send us a note about that. Let us know. And today, I want to get you connected with that powerful part of you that is your higher self. Now, what do you need in order to connect with the higher self? Well, you need a frequency raise. And I'm going to share a little bit about that and why that is and how you get that. Yeah. We're also going to connect you with the wisdom about what is your body, how can you work with your body in a way that you use the energies around you in your favor so that you never run out of energy. And we're going to cover how to attract the things into your life that you would like so that your life can be successful, and what the difference is between your higher self and your ego and how to know about that. So let's dive right in. We don't have a lot of time. Just let's get started. Okay. So first we'll start with the one thing that we always start with, and that is you having enough energy. Because if you don't have enough energy, it doesn't matter what you're going to try. It doesn't matter whether you want to manifest something, or you just want to get your day done, or you want to connect with somebody, or you want to experience something. If you don't have enough energy, it's not going to work well. You're going to be either depressed or in anxiety or constantly struggling. Now, is that a familiar situation for you? Let me know. Are you in that hamster wheel sometimes, or do you already have your energy wonderfully manifested and everything is flowing? Check in with yourself for a moment. Just take a moment and feel, where am I with energy? How much energy do I have for my day? Do I run out of energy or not? Could I do better if I had more energy? Okay, so you get sort of an assessment here for you, yeah? And I want to share with you that in my years of practice, I've been now practicing since over 20 years, people come to me a lot with issues that are energy related. So for example, people who are suffering from depression, it is literally 100% of the time a situation where there's not enough energy. The chakras are usually clogged and the person doesn't get enough energy into their system, so they literally run out. Yeah. Now, as I mentioned before, anxiety can be because of lack of energy. It can also be because too much energy and you can't get it out of your system. Most of the time, it is stuck in one of the chakras and the other chakras are depleted. That's why you're running from depletion to overexertion, to depletion to overexertion. But it is something that has to do with energy and with your energy flow, and it can be fixed if you have a better energy flow and everything is balanced. Yeah. Now, other things like self-healing or your immune system play into that as well. And so does healing from any wounds, but also And you wouldn't believe that, accidents. Accidents often happen when a person doesn't have enough energy and they cannot focus the way they could otherwise. And therefore, they're kind of shutting out all the other signs, and they're becoming more single focused to fulfill a certain task. And that can lead to accidents as well. That's not always an energy thing, but often it is. So, coming to now relationships and relating with others, energy is all that matters. You can say any word to your partner, but if they don't feel the energy behind what you're saying, it won't arrive. If you don't feel the energy chemistry between people, between each other, you're probably not going to be as engaged. Yeah. So connecting with others is all about energy. Now, how would you feel if you had more than enough energy available? And we can get you there. Now, we only have 1 hour, so I'm going to give you an example of each of those categories. And if you want more, if you want to go and have a deep dive into each category, and the categories being mastering your energy, mastering manifestation, and mastering your higher self, and then I'll share with you also later how you can do that. Yeah, I don't want to let you sit in the rain and say, okay, that's it, find the rest yourself. But if you just want to get a quick dip, you will get that right now, and you can go home with these tools. They're going to be applicable for you right after this call. Promise you. Okay? Good. So one of the tools I like to share when it comes to energy is how to recharge. And how you recharge your energy system is really important. It's also important how to protect your energy. And for now, I want to share with you how to recharge. And then if you want to learn more, I'll share more later how you can do that. So let's do it. You want to do that together? Okay, good. So recharging your energy at will. You got to realize everything around you is made of energy. Even the solid stuff around us, if we let's have a pillow here, you think that's a solid pillow, right? It's made of energy. It's made out of molecules. Those are made out of atoms. And what holds the molecules together is energy. It's an electromagnetic field. And energy is an electromagnetic current. Yeah? So everything is either electric or magnetic or both. Your body is an electromagnetic energy field. A tree is an electromagnetic energy field. Now, if the tree is an electromagnetic energy field and you are an electromagnetic energy field, and the tree has, let's say, more energy than you have, do you think you could recharge from a tree? You could take some of the energy from the tree? You actually can. Only if it's a healthy tree, and if it's a tree that has an overflow of energy. You can also do that with an ocean, with another body of water, like a lake or a river. You can do it with the earth itself, with a mountain, or even an imagined power place. So you could imagine yourself in Machu Picchu, and you can draw the energy in. Why? Because where your attention goes, the energy flows. And when you are imagining yourself at Machu Picchu, your attention goes there, so the energy flows there, and therefore the energy can also flow into you from there. I know this may seem like a really far out concept for some people, and I don't expect you to believe me, but try it out. I would like to encourage you to try it and see if you cannot recharge your energy, if you don't feel more energized after this. I do this with school classes, I do it in businesses, I do it with my private clients, and everybody, at least after a few tries, will feel more energized. Most people right after the first try. So let's try this out. Close your eyes for a moment, if you would. And since you're not at a tree right now, I'm assuming, or not really sitting by the ocean, But if you are sitting by the ocean or at a lake or at a mountain, you can use that energy field right now. But if you're not, let's go and imagine. And you get to imagine a beautiful tree, a big, could be an oak tree or a linden tree. Imagine your favorite type of tree. And imagine it very, 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 very big and strong, healthy tree that grows straight. And then imagine you're placing your hands at the trunk of that tree and you feel the energy a little bit. And then you say to the tree, and do that with me right now if you wanted to try that. Feel your hands at the tree, or just imagine it, visualize it, or just even allow it. That's good enough. You don't need to see anything. As long as you allow, place your hands out there, it can come to you. Because your body may not be able to see it or perceive it because the system isn't fine-tuned enough yet, but the energy will always flow when you place your attention there. And then ask the tree, dear tree, please give me from your overflow of energy. And then with your breath, draw that energy into your being. Fill yourself up. Take deep and deep breaths. One more breath. Good, and thank the tree. Bless it. And that's a recharge. Now I showed it to you in an imagined way, but I would love for you to literally try it on a real tree. Yeah, if you don't have a tree close, you can try it in the grass, or as I mentioned, on any power energy field. Yeah, try it out and do it often. Do it like, 5 times a day, or just minimum once a day. Do it at least so you've done it and see what happens. So this and many other tools I can share with you and how to master your energy. And once you're at that level where you have mastered your energy and you can actually draw energy in at will, and you get to protect yourself from other influences, and you also choose what energies you draw into your body, then you become this self-regulating, constantly replenishing energy field that you can be. And what I'm showing here is a torus energy field, if you're familiar with that. That's how your energy field will look like. The energy goes out at the top, goes around you, all sides, and comes in from the bottom and creates like a donut shape of energy. Yeah. And that replenishes itself on a regular basis so that you're not running out. Now, the interesting thing is most people, and that counts for most of my clients also that I shared with you earlier, most people, they actually run on 30% of their energy. And they think that when they have 30%, that they're full. But they're only at 30%. And then they go 0. And they sometimes go in below 0. Are you somebody who goes below 0 who feels like I'm so depleted? Yeah. And I want you to change that. And right now, in this moment, we can decide. We can do this together. We're going to raise our energy so it fully charges up to 100%. So tell your energy field, okay, from now on, you recharge it to 100. And this is where we reside. We reside at 100. And whatever we need to do in order for that to happen, we'll do. Good, 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 good. Okay, how are you feeling? Good, that was one of the tools. We'll go into the next phase now. Okay, the next phase is you're going to master your manifestation. Now, mastering manifestation is relatively easy because you just need to know the steps for manifestation. Yeah. And the steps are, you need to think of that something, you need to feel it, and then you take an action towards it. That is the very way of how things get manifested. But why, if that's the case, do people not get what they want? They talk about, I want a new car, they feel the new car, and they may be even looking at magazines, and they still don't have the car sitting in their front yard. Why is that? Well, manifestation is something where you attract electrically and magnetically something into your field. I should say, to be more precise, you wish for something electrically, the wish is electric energy, and you draw it in magnetically. And you need to know how to do that, how to actually create that electric wish in a way that it gets fulfilled and heard, and how you receive the magnetic energy back. And most people don't know that. Most people know how to wish. And you may be able to know how to wish, but they don't know how to attract their actual wish into their lap. And I'm sharing with you that there's something that I like to call the soul magnet. And the soul magnet helps you to land that very thing in your lap that you want. Now, think of this like this. You're ordering something from Amazon, and you're basically sending the order out. That's the wish, that's the electric energy. And then you're wanting to receive that, that's the magnetic energy, but you need to be home in order to receive that gift, right? If you're not home, if you're on a vacation or hang out with your friend, you don't get the package. You get it once you come home. And coming home is equivalent to being vibrationally a match to what you're wanting. So you need to feel as if you already have it. That creates the vibration within you. The vibrational match comes from feeling that you already have it. Yeah? So now you made a wish by thinking about it, feeling it, and then took some action towards it. Yeah? You become a vibrational match by feeling as if you already have it. And then you start amplifying that magnetic field. And that is what I call a soul magnet. Because a lot of people, they have a little bit of magnetic energy towards what they want, and they get trickles. Or they have magnetic energy to what they want and what they don't want, and then they negate each other and they get nothing, or they don't have enough, so they're not getting anything. So there are lots of options why you're not getting what you're wanting. But the one thing that'll always fix it all is to have enough magnetic energy to draw it to you and to be home when it comes. As I mentioned, most people don't have a problem with the wish, but with the magnet. Now, I do want to share with you about the wish real quick. How precise does the wish have to be? Because I want you to take this home, and practice it and try it out. How precise does the wish have to be? Well, the best is if your wish is precise in terms of how you want to feel in this situation, and very open in terms of how it needs to look. So, for example, if you want that car, and you have that exact specific car in mind, you can do that. But it would be even better if you said, I want to feel like I'm driving in, let's say you're attracting a luxury car. Let's say you're attracting a Tesla X. Yeah. So I want to feel like I'm driving in a luxury car. I want to feel that I'm in peace because there's no sounds of the engine. I want to feel the light coming through the roof. I want to see that all the systems are working so I can release and relax back, and I don't even need to drive myself. I want to feel at ease in my car. You just feel that way. And then you say, bring to me whatever matches that. And that allows the universe to bring you Tesla X, but it could also bring you an Ariya, or it could bring you, a beautiful electric Ford Mustang, or, they have all these wonderful electric cars out there right now. And a Tesla X may not be the one that you actually would be most happy with, right? A better example would be your girlfriend or your boyfriend, because there you want to really say how you're feeling with them. I want to attract the partner that I'm happy with and who's happy with me. And then instead of writing the list of all the attributes that they need to have, and then it turns out you forgot the one important one, and now you have somebody you don't like, you're going to say, I want to attract somebody that I like, that I'm happy with, that have the same values and similar values, and with who I truly can be happy and who truly is happy with me. Yeah. With who I'm truly happy is better than I can be happy. So if you say that, then you're focusing on how you want to feel, and you let the universe fulfill it in a way that's best for you. Another thing I like to add is this or better, right? So if you apply these techniques, if you apply the energy technique that I shared with you, and you apply the manifestation technique, then you have an upgrade in what you're doing already. And I want that upgrade for you. I want you to leave today with a real upgrade. Okay? Now, as I mentioned before, and I got to be honest and truthful, I cannot help you in 1 hour master your energy, master your manifestation, master your higher self, of course, right? But I can direct you in the right direction, and I can give you some snippets. Like, this is like an hors d'oeuvre, or pupus, you say in Hawaii, or appetizers. I'm giving you appetizers so you can taste those appetizers. And if you like the appetizers, and if you notice, and that's important, if you notice that some things change in your life, or that this is better, that's when you know you can go dive deeper. So what does it mean to be all in? What does it mean to step in and go to the next process, to the next level? Yeah, it means that you are now interested in actually bringing the energy and your manifestation to a level where it creates your life vision, and where it keeps you on target with your divine mission. Yeah, your life mission and your divine mission is an equivalent in my words, because I believe there's something divine there. Now, the interesting thing is, in order to do the first phase, to do mastering your energy and to do manifestation, you don't need to believe in anything outside of you. You don't need to believe in a God, or in love, or in the universe, or in life after death. You don't need to believe in anything in order to master energy, right? Those first phases can be done even by somebody who doesn't believe in these things. Now, the next phase is something where you're connecting with your higher self. And therefore, you need to believe in something outside of you that's bigger than you, that informs you. And it doesn't need to be called God. It can be called love or beauty, but you need to be open to that. And it's very interesting that often people, they come to me and they don't even believe in God or anything. And they start off that way. And as they master their energy, they come closer to their true self, to their higher self. And they start to realize there's something there that gives all of this meaning. And they want to know about it. And that's when we embark onto the higher self. I just remember a client that I had. He came to me because he had a problem with his foot. He had diabetes, and one foot had already lost 2 toes, and the next foot was about to. And he said, can you heal me? And he wasn't believing in anything outside of him. And so I asked the higher self, and normally I don't actually always work with people like that, because I'm more called to working with people who want to connect to their higher self. So I want to make good use of my time. Not that those people aren't good people, don't get me wrong, But in this case, I was called to working with him. So I did. And as we embarked on that journey of enhancing his energy in his foot, and obviously circulation that's missing, of course, you can heal that by enhancing the energy flow, and then the circulation gets enhanced, right? Now, to what degree you can heal depends again on his life purpose and on his higher path. And most of the time you can heal it all together, all the way, but sometimes you can't. So we got to be humble there as well. In this case, it all got better. His foot got completely good. He felt so much better. And then he started to do the manifestation because now he wanted to learn how to handle energy for himself. We did that. And then he said, yeah, well, and this is what I'm going to ask you right now. How do you know that your manifestation, that the thing that you're calling in is actually the right thing for you to call in? It's what you're meant to have. Is what's going to bring you forth into the next phase of your life. And I said, well, you only know if you connect with your higher self. And that's where divine manifestation got created, where I help people to start to connect to their higher self in that phase. And what I want to do with you today is let's go and look at our higher self. What is our higher self and how can we connect with it? Well, because with him, after that, he wanted to do the higher self as well. And we started to get in touch with the higher self, and believe it or not, out of a person who didn't believe in any of these things and nothing outside of his physical body, he learned that he actually had been a healer in a past life, and he's very sensitive, and that's why he had a hard time maneuvering in this world until then. I never knew why. He thought there was something wrong with him, but he also learned that his body is so sensitive and that he needs to eat the right things for his body, and that he can actually heal his diabetes if he just listens to his body. And he became in tune with his body first, and then in tune with his higher self. And he's now living a higher self life. That higher self life is, what I call the higher self lifestyle, is he's actualized himself in every area of his life. It's the perfect job now, where before he was working 9 to 5, gruesome job, didn't like it. Now he's found his purpose and his mission. He's helping a beautiful company that actually helps a lot of people. They're building schools and they're helping a lot of people. And he feels good about it. He's attracted his soulmate. He has 2 kids, so everything started to unfold for him after he learned to connect with his higher self. And for many people, it's the same. What really happens when you connect with your higher self is you get the messages you need to get in order to be your best self, in order to know what to do when, which steps to take, what role to play, how to solve a situation. You may not know where to go in life, but your higher self knows. You may not know which road to take, which path to take, where to turn, but your higher self knows, turn right here and not left. And then you're doing that. And all of a sudden, everything opens up for you, compared to if you had turned left. Everything maybe would have closed, and you would have wondered, what would have happened if I had taken the other road? I can give you an example. I was in love with a beautiful boy. I was 18 years old. And I was utterly in love with him. It was just a soulmate love. And something happened. We started to date a little bit, and we had sort of a relationship. You know how it is at that age. I mean, probably now people are doing that kind of dance that we did at a younger age, but we were still not sure, and we were dancing around this a little bit. And after a while, as we were dating, he ended up giving me some signs that let me feel that he doesn't want to be together anymore. Now, later he shared with me that wasn't the case at all. I just took these signs that way. But I felt him pull his arm away. I felt him push away from me. And I thought, that's it. I'm just going to disconnect. Never mind. I don't need that. And I started on a journey of gruesome disconnection that was just utterly painful. And for over a whole year, I was suffering, wanting to be with the guy, not allowing myself to be with him because I felt unworthy. And I had literally made myself unworthy. So this started me on a whole year of suffering. I was just in love with the guy and didn't allow myself to be with him. And, it was this unworthiness that I felt and that I instilled upon me. Nobody had given me any cues that I would be unworthy, but I deeply fell into that unworthiness pattern, right? And told myself I'm just simply unworthy. And it was horrible. Well, then about a year later, he started to have a new girlfriend, and I was even more devastated. But on the other hand, I wished them well. And I just, always thought, oh my gosh, I wish I would have gotten back together with him. But what I forgot to say is, in between, just before he had that girlfriend, it was New Year's Eve. And on New Year's Eve, there was a beautiful party, and we had gotten a bit together again, and we were laying in each other's arms. And I was the happiest person on the planet, the happiest person. And he asked me, do you want to try it again? Do you want to be together again? And what did I say? No. Don't ask me what I was thinking. I kind of know what I was thinking. I was thinking, in the first place, when I was with him, I was too open and I was too much yes. That's why he rejected me, which he never did. So now I should be more no and hoping it's going to turn out well. Well, wrong move. And of course, then he had another girlfriend, and there was this other New Year's Eve, and they drove out in their cars, and we came that New Year's Eve at night to their farm, and we saw their dad come, and the dad comes towards me and he says, he's dead. I'm like, what? Like, yeah, he's dead. Like, what happened? So he ran into an accident, or he had an accident with the car, and his girlfriend as well. And his girlfriend was fine, but he wasn't. And so he left the planet. And I fell into the huge depression after that. It took me a long time to get out. And why I'm telling you this story is, I sometimes think, what would have happened if I had said yes in that moment when I wanted to say yes? And we would have gotten together. Would we have driven the same way on the same day? Would we have been in that car, or would we have not been in that car? Would he have died in a different way or the same way with me? Or, you wonder. And so it's just really powerful if you realize that you can ask the right questions with the right institution and get those important questions answered before something happens that you don't want to have happen. So at the time, I couldn't ask my higher self. I couldn't ask my higher self, what's the best way to be together with him? Is it even good to be with him? And if so, how? Had I had that access, things would have changed. After that, I got the access. I was about 21, 22 when I got the access to my higher self. And when I had the access to my higher self, I could ask these questions. And every important question I would ask, and I would always know, always know that this is the right answer. It's going to bring the right results. I'm turning right instead of left. I know I'm on the right track. So now I know my energy invested is the right thing. My money invested is the right thing. I know everybody's going to come out well because the higher self always has in mind everybody's good. Not only you're good. So you're doing the right thing. And then you can ask, what is my purpose? Which ultimately makes your whole life come on track. Not only the next action be on track, but your whole life. What if I'm living 100% on my purpose? When I die, I'm okay to die because I live this life well. And I want that for you. And that's what you can get with the higher self. So next time, when I had an important question come up, was when my mom was about to die. I was 23 and my mom was laying on her deathbed and she had cancer and she said she's going to survive. She said it's going to be all fine and it's going to be good. And she's going to do nutritional changes and all of that and it's going to be fine. Well, I went to the higher self and I said, higher self, how can I best support my mom? And how can I be okay with this situation? Because I felt like I want to die with my mom. I'm not staying on the planet. She's also leaving now. I was really, really, really afraid of her going. And I was young, also. And my dad had died really, really early. So I really felt, very attached to my mom living. So I asked the higher self, what can I do? And my higher self led me on the perfect path. It said, okay, this is what you're going to do. You're going to go get her into a shiatsu and you're going to learn how to do shiatsu. And then you're going to apply that for her and you're going to help her with the pain. And I did. And it did. It did help her greatly. She'd ask me all the time, can you do this for me? Because it helps me with the pain. And then I asked, what nutrition to do. And I got the right answer. And then I asked, well, is she going to survive? And I got no. And I'm like, oh, no. Can I do something that she's going to survive? No. Can I do something that I'm going to be okay? What is my path? Should I go with her? No. Should I stay? Yes. How can I stay and be happy with my mom dying? Talk with her. Talk with her about the other world. Start connecting the two worlds. And I did. And it was so amazing. My mom started to talk with me about what she's going to expect out there. She was very spiritual also, what she's going to be expecting, who she's going to think picks her up. And then we started talking about, after she also realized I'm going to leave, about who she's going to greet and how she's going to connect with us from the other side. And we literally made a plan on how we're going to continue our relationship after she exits her body. And it happened. I was there when she died. I was holding her hands. My boyfriend was there too. We were holding her hands. She left her body. It was the most amazing and beautiful experience you could ever imagine. The whole room lit up with light. Angels were present. I could hear the songs. It's amazing. And since then, my gift has been so increased that I ended up becoming a full-time healer. I never went back to my work. I was part-time healing already a little bit, with what I just shared with you, shiatsu and things like that. But I became a full-time healer and my mom started to communicate with me from the other realm and I could hear everything she was saying. I still to this day have the gift that I can communicate with the other realm. People come to me when we do sessions and their deceased ones come and they actually tell me what I should tell them, or that they want to connect with their beloved or their daughter or son or father or whatever it is. So all these gifts opened up, but I would not have been able to even survive it. I would have just been thrown into depression had I not understood what my higher self was saying and followed that voice. And so that's possible for you as well. And I want you to have that. So now what do you need in order to connect with your higher self and to have that conversation? Well, you need to raise in frequency. You need to have the pituitary gland, pineal gland activated. You need to be able to change your lifestyle slightly so you are conducive to a higher vibration. And one thing I want to recommend is for that higher vibrational lifestyle to actually start a gratitude list. Start a gratitude list every morning. You're writing down what you're grateful for. That gives you levity. It actually lifts you out of any kind of negative, heavy vibe. And you write it down because that is a feeling, a thought, and an action. And therefore, it manifests more things into your life that you could be grateful for compared to if you just think gratitude. Yeah, it's not as powerful. So write down what you're grateful for. And in the evening, write down what you're willing to let go of. I'm willing to let go of this and this habit. I'm willing to let go of this and this fear. I'm willing to let go of the resentment about this and that. And then crumble it up and burn it or throw it away before you go to bed. every evening, letting go, every morning, gratitude. And it helps you to get into a higher vibrational state. And then if you like, and if you feel that you want to connect with your higher self and you really feel that urge, I want to get there. I want to be with that. I want to live that lifestyle. Then come with me and I can take you by the hand and we'll literally do that. This is not something we can do really quickly in a teaching session. This is something that we'll do over the course of weeks. Altogether, the course is 8 weeks long. It was 12 weeks and we made it so golden, so perfect. We re-recorded everything. We have a completely stellar product that takes you onto this journey in 8 weeks only. Yeah. And you'll be guided through that. The beautiful thing about that is this 8-week journey is called higher self mastery, will end you at your higher self communication, not just the contact, but also communicating with your higher self. It'll go from mastering your energy to mastering manifestation to connecting with your higher self to communicating with your higher self so that you can know what is my purpose, how do I live it, and what's the next step. And do that for all aspects of your life. Yeah. And so I would love to invite you, if you feel called to, if you feel like this is something that you have resonance with, we've made it really, really easy. You'll see it below, how you get in on the course and what the sequence is, what the price is. And I just want to invite you. And if you feel like it, I'll see you in there. Good. To end this, I would like to do a beautiful energy session with you where we connect you with that high vibration of your higher self so that you can take this home and you can repeat this energy session also. If you don't want to come on board, you already have something. If you want to come on board, this is your starting point. This is like your starter, and it'll take you into a beautiful movement forward and into your higher self. Either way, I want to leave you with this. So come with me. Let's close our eyes together. Take a few deep breaths. Feel that you're breathing into your heart from the middle of the earth through your roots all the way into your heart, and from the center of creation through your crown chakra all the way into your heart as well. You're like an attraction factor of energy. As you breathe in, the energy comes in from above and below into your heart. And as you breathe out, it goes out to above and below. Do that for a few times in your own rhythm, breathing in from above and below and out to above and below. And the focus is on your heart. Keep going with that breath as I'm invoking Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael. Please create a protection shield of light around the person listening to my voice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Archangel Zadkiel, Archangel Zadkiel, Archangel Zadkiel. Please let the violet flame burn in the person's energy field that's listening to my voice right now and transform all the energies to the next high level. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good. Breathe that in for a few moments. Enjoy that. Beautiful. And now, because we're not quite yet ready to actually travel up to the higher self, that takes more prep, we're going to ask for a blessing from the higher self. Yeah? So open yourself up to receive a blessing bigger than you can imagine. And if you like, follow my voice. I'm open and receptive to the biggest blessing I could possibly receive right now. Dear higher self, Bless me with energy, insights, and the resources that I need for my next step towards my life purpose. Start visualizing yourself in a ball of white light. If you have a hard time visualizing, you just command a ball of white light around you. Whether you see it or not, it'll be there. And that ball is connected to Source, God Source, the universe, via a thin thread of light. And it's connected to the center of the earth by a thin thread of light as well. And you're sitting in this beautiful ball of light. Your body is absorbing the light particles. The light shines through you and goes into you. And it enhances the energy of every cell of your body. The white light fills every cell, cleanses the cells and recharges them. It also goes around the cells, between the cells in the interstitium, and fills that up, charges it up. You're taking a light bath right now. The light overflows into your aura and it washes your emotional body clean and fresh. Any kind of emotions of fear, anger, resentment, inadequacy, whatever it may be, are washed out. And you're just clearing your emotional body to feel the love and the beauty and the peace that you can perceive. And then it expands out into your mental body. 2 feet now outside of your body. The emotional body is 1 foot, mental body 2 feet. And they overlap. They all go through the whole physical body, emotional body, mental body. It's just a bigger field. And that mental body is being washed now, washed of false beliefs, confusion, any kind of judgment you may have for yourself or others. Whatever it is, it needs to be washed out for you to have a clear mind, clear insights, clarity, and receptivity to your divine higher self is happening. Beautiful, keep breathing. And lastly, it moves into the spiritual body. Now cleansing your spiritual connection. Opening your third eye more. Allowing your perception of all things divine in your life more and more. Now we're calling in your higher self. You can say inwardly with your own words, your higher self. I'm calling you in. Come be with me. And while we're on a lower vibration, you may perceive only some of it, but allow that. Allow what you can perceive right now, because this is your moment. Just let that in. Let that in as all of it. Let that in as all that you need right now, because you get to. And your higher self is starting to bless you. It's blessing your chakra, starting at the third eye, putting its hand on your third eye, activating that chakra, rejuvenating you. Your throat chakra, your heart chakra. Now you're speaking your truth, and now with the heart chakra, you're feeling your truth, the truth, beyond any judgment. You're just allowing that chakra to be so clear of anything that hinders love. And the heart and the throat correspond because the throat chakra expresses the heart when it is clear and cleansed. And then the energy of the higher self goes to your solar plexus, and it places the hands on your solar plexus chakra, recharging and cleansing the chakra of actions, making your actions aligned with your higher self. Beautiful. And then it goes into the second chakra, sacral chakra, below your navel. Your creativity, your creative expression, your zest for life, your sexuality, your lust for life, your enjoyment is all being cleansed and purified. Any past traumas can leave now, and you can have a pure experience of divine beauty and divine joy and divine enjoyment. And lastly, it goes into the first chakra between your legs, the base chakra, clearing your physical body, your survival, clearing the whole energy system so that you are strong, your immune system is strong. Your financial affairs are coming into order. The energy you have for life is being strengthened. Beautiful. Now lastly, feel or allow your higher self to be with you. Feel how it feels to be with it, or allow it to be with you. Spending a few moments with that part of you that knows everything. Beautiful, beautiful. And lastly, give something to someone who needs it, who could use some energy right now, who could use a blessing. Since you've received a blessing, think of them. And then put out your hands and let the energy from your higher self flow through you, out of your hands and into that person. Could be a few people too. I'm sending it to all of you listening to my voice right now. Feel that extra energy boost coming to you from others and going out of you, from your higher self through you, to the person you're blessing. Yes, yes, yes. And place your hands together in prayer position, aligning the right and left hemisphere, helping your body to integrate. And give thanks to your higher self for showing up in a way that you could perceive it or allow it. Don't get hung up on needing to perceive anything. Allowing is good enough. In fact, I have several master students that don't perceive, and yet they're at the highest level. You just, be fine with however it showed up for you today. And then slowly open your eyes. Welcome back. Welcome back in a new way, recharged, energized, and I love you. Sending all my love to you, and I hope this was really useful for you. And if it's right for you, I hope to see you in the course. Blessings. Aloha.